March is Women's History Month, and we have a lot of history right here in Idaho.
Did you know in 1891, the Idaho Legislature approved the Idaho State Seal, designed by Emma Edwards Green.
So Emma Edwards Green was a young woman who came to Boise, Idaho in the 1890s, and actually she wasn't quite that young, she was in her 30s at the time. She was visiting family, is my understanding, and friends here in Boise. And when she came to Boise, it was on a bit of a temporary stint, but of course, like many people coming to Idaho, trying to find a new future and leave the past behind, I think, in some ways. And so when she came to Idaho, she found lots of opportunity. Idaho was fast becoming a state. It had just entered the Union as a state. In 1891, they put out the call for artists to submit their designs for the Idaho State Seal, and Emma's was selected, which is really remarkable because she's the only woman known to have designed a state seal in the entire Union. And so that really works beautifully because Idaho, of course, became the fourth state in the nation to legalize women's suffrage, which is really incredible. And that is an element Emma references very directly in her design. She literally wrote that she knew that the question of women's suffrage was coming, and she was very, very accurate in that statement. In fact, whether or not to give women the right to vote was hotly debated during Idaho's Constitutional Convention. So knowing that it was just around the corner, even if it hadn't made its way into our first blush as a state, she referenced that women and men were both strong hands in guiding the state into its future by having the woman and the man both of equal stature. In 1957, there was a revision of the seal that was requested by the legislature. Paul B. Evans, he was the artist who was hired to update the seal, so to speak. So the version of the seal that we see today is a bit 1950s. Emma's version was dated to 1891. So from that perspective, it represents two eras in a way of Idaho thinking about itself and choosing how it wants to be seen by the rest of the world.
The Idaho State Historical Society Archives has a collection of Emma's writing documenting her experiences here in Idaho.
And a first-person account from Emma explaining why the seal was designed as it is. And stick around after the break. We're talking with the Idaho Historical Society about more of Idaho's women's history. A lot to dive into. But